Hey guys, welcome back. It's Epic's What If, and today we've got a new episode on what if Naruto had, well, the first episode on what if Naruto abandoned the Hidden Leaf Village. Now this is going to be a bit of a long story where I'm going to be going more into character and whatnot, so let's get right into it. Now our story starts with Naruto as a young boy, hated as he was in the original. Nothing changes there. Naruto was still somewhat the same person as in the story that we know, but there is something different about Naruto. He seems much more, sadder and also more determined than he was. More determined to prove his worth to the village and become the Hokage. Now, one day Naruto sees Sasuke Uchiha training by the river and decides to approach him, because, why not? Now, Sasuke isn't as emo as he was in the original, and, he's still... Let's just say he's at the point where he is willing to talk to other people. Now, Sasuke and Naruto strike up a conversation. Both of them find that they have a lot in common. They are segregated by the village for being themselves. Both without a family, both of them alone, and they bond over this whole realization that they're essentially the same people, and decide they're going to be training together. It do be like that in anime sometimes. Naruto confirms this friendship by yelling, "Watch out, Konoha! Here we come! Shooting for the top!" I have no idea why I wrote such a bad line, but I did. Now Sasuke was amused by his proclamation and proceeds to laugh out loud. LOL. Naruto and Sasuke become as close as brothers, because why not? Both of them training to be the very best. Having trained together, Naruto and Sasuke are closely matched in the academy, with Sasuke being better at chakra control and overall just being a better student than Naruto himself. Now, Naruto actually did have some advantages over Sasuke, like being overall more powerful and having a higher level of chakra with him, while also not giving up easily and being able to create strategies on the fly. Okay, now... in the academy, Naruto is still, as ridiculed as he was in the original, I suppose, because the kids are still fucking assholes. He does have a little group of people, who he enjoys spending time with, such as Sasuke, Shikamaru, Choji, as I've written it, them being his anchors, the only ones keeping him sane. After the academy, Naruto didn't make it and, he failed, sadly. Moreover, it was like, you could say he was sabotaged a bit because Mizuki wanted Naruto to steal the scrolls, so he kinda spiked Naruto's food, making him feel a bit sick throughout the entire performance and performing badly, which made Iruka fail Naruto, and yada yada yudu, Naruto has to steal the scroll of stealing. Now, Naruto was suspicious of this, but he went along to see what might happen. He obviously told Sasuke about this and told him to be his backup just in case. Sasuke was obviously reluctant of this plan for Naruto to steal the scroll that was inside the Hokage's office, and is probably the most valuable scroll inside of the Hidden Leaf. So naturally, Naruto steals it without any issue. I have no idea how that happens. Now, Naruto, obviously got it much more earlier than he did in the original. Mizuki does, surprised that his plan actually worked. And Naruto, obviously, seeing some opportunities here, decided to learn a few of the jutsus inside of the scroll. Naruto obviously learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he saw a few more interesting jutsus inside of the scroll, and wrote down 5 of those on a scroll that he had on himself. Well, now, what are these 5 jutsus? We shall reveal them as we go along. However, I can definitely state that there was one certain jutsu that really caught Naruto's eyes, and it might have had a long name. It was a decent bit complicated, and I can't actually remember what it was called properly, the entire name of it, whatever. Now it is at this point that Mizuki arrives at the area where Naruto was and demanded the scroll from Naruto. Now obviously Naruto being Naruto and actually being much smarter than he was in the original, he's a bit suspicious and does not straight up agree to give the scroll to Mizuki. Mizuki at this point brings out his demon blade, I think that's what it was called, the giant ninja star that he had, and throws it towards Naruto dodging it by a fucking inch. It is at this moment that Sasuke and Iruka arrive at the spot that Naruto was at. Sasuke is a bit late because reasons. Iruka jumped towards Mizuki to take him down, but Mizuki punched back and Sasuke jumped towards Naruto to defend his friend. Now all of this is very, very lovely. But Naruto does not need the help of Sasuke at this point because he has a new jutsu to use. So, like any normal 5-6-year-old kid would do, Naruto and Sasuke decide to run for it. Because they're like, we can't beat a Chunin, yes, he was on a Jonin. We can't beat a Jonin. Iruka Sensei will handle it, let's run for it. And they got about 5 meters before they hear Iruka's speech about Naruto, the QB, Mizuki saying Naruto is a monster and all that jazz, and Naruto bringing out the Shadow Clone and completely destroying Mizuki. What did Naruto tell Sasuke during this time? Well, Naruto jumped out as Mizuki was about to kill Iruka and kicked Mizuki in the face. This little kick on Mizuki's face does make him jump back a bit, and Naruto simply says, well, that's just not gonna do now, is it, Sensei? You know, thank you for giving me the opportunity, I suppose, to steal the scroll. I did learn something from this, though. I want you to be the first to try it out. And Naruto immediately brings out 1,000 Shadow Clones and utterly destroys Mizuki. Mizuki has been decimated. Now, after this little show of strength, Iruka basically gives Naruto the headband for the hidden leaf, marking him as a genin and a student who has passed the academy. Sasuke, obviously seeing Naruto pass, a friend that he considers very near and dear to his heart, he decides to gift Naruto a small gift, I guess. Sasuke takes Naruto towards the Uchiha compound, or what was the Uchiha compound, nothing more than a ghost town inside of the Hidden Leaf village, and gives him a little katana, I suppose. Yes, a katana that was wrapped pretty well inside of a red sheath. Now Naruto is like, what is this, Sasuke? And Sasuke simply says, well, this is a sword that used to belong to a brother of mine, I suppose. He was not really my brother, but you know, he was like a brother to me. This was Shisui Uchiha's blade. Have you ever heard of him? Now Naruto obviously knew who Shisui the teleporter was. He had heard about him and his accolades, I suppose. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly, to be honest. But Naruto was a bit reluctant to accept this, obviously, as he would be, because he feels that he is not worthy of receiving such a great gift. Sasuke obviously forces Naruto's hand, and Naruto eventually accepts the gift that comes from Sasuke, Shisui's blade. He does notice that the blade is a bit heavier than he would think it to be, because it's not that long in size. Naruto sheaths it back inside of his shield, sheaths it back inside and carries the blade with him outside. Both of them decide to train around with the blades for a while. Naruto realizes that he is not amazing with the sword, but obviously he can get better. Naruto trains with the sword for quite a while until he can get the basics down and, you know, essentially defend against a few people who might be willing to attack. It is at this point, finally, that Naruto and Sasuke get put in a team with a little pink-haired girl. Insert useless Sakura joke here, who was utterly useless to the team because of reasons. Alright, I think that's where my script runs out, so time to go freehand on at this. Now, the initial missions go as they would, the D-rank mission going as they did, and the first C-rank mission being asked by Naruto and Sasuke in this case, both of them being a bit bored with the D-rank mission, you know, getting cats all fun and games, but eventually you get bored. Now, Naruto and Sasuke obviously forced Kakashi's hand and the third Hokage's hand into giving them a higher ranked mission, and they do get a C rank mission, which was in fact a B rank mission, maybe even an A rank mission disguised as a C rank mission. You know which one I'm talking about. It's the mission where they meet Tazuna. Now Tazuna is just as he was in the original, except instead of picking on Naruto and Sasuke, he decides to pick on Sakura because Naruto looks like he could handle a fight, and so does Sasuke. He basically calls Sakura a useless piece of turd, and he wonders what this little shit can do for him. Because she does not look like she could do much, honestly. At which point Sakura does Sakura shit, and she's like, "Oh yes, I will." You know how it goes with people. It just is. The mission with Tazuna, it goes as it did in the original. Nothing changes with that one as well. Zabuza, however, the difference being when Zabuza attacks, Naruto is obviously ready for this, and of course they demon brothers shit. Naruto and Sasuke take down the brothers instead of Sasuke alone taking down the brothers. Now the battle with Zabuza and Naruto and Sasuke, and maybe even Sakura if you could consider her a part of the battle, was legendary because Naruto and Sasuke finally got to show what they were capable of. Naruto and Sasuke had amazing teamwork, and they did show it off to Zabuza immediately when Zabuza decided to attack Kakashi, at which point Naruto and Sasuke appeared out of nowhere and distracted him quite a bit. It was essentially like when you're chasing after something and there are like 15 dogs running around you, jumping in front of you. It's bound to get your attention and get your concentration away from the thing that you're focusing on. Obviously, Kakashi does fall into the water trap, but Naruto and Sasuke are able to distract Zabuza long enough for a decent hit to fall on Zabuza, forcing him to break his hold on Kakashi, at which point Kakashi brings out the Sharingan, and the battle goes horribly for Zabuza as he is beaten to a pulp. Naruto and Sasuke are obviously expecting something to happen, and so is Kakashi, at which point Zabuza pops out from behind them and launches the Executioner's Blade towards all three of their heads. All three of them duck, well, not necessarily. Kakashi jumps up, Naruto and Sasuke duck while going for a punch on Zabuza. Zabuza kicks both of them back to the ground while Kakashi is still in the air. Now this all happened in the span of a few milliseconds, so that is why Kakashi is still in the air. Zabuza at which point throws the Executioner's Blade right towards Kakashi, but Kakashi dodges it using aerial maneuvering, I suppose. Now after this, the battle goes relatively similar to the original, with Kakashi utterly destroying Zabuza, Haku coming in, knocking Zabuza out, making it seem like he murdered him and all that shit. Naruto, Sasuke and Kakashi are obviously suspicious at this, but they do not pursue it further because of reasons. Now Kakashi is obviously very tired from this battle. Everything else happens as it did in the original, nothing extraordinary to explain. The second battle with Zabuza commences. Now Zabuza vs Kakashi goes on as it did, and whatever shit happens, Haku jumps in the battlefield as well. Haku is being distracted by Naruto and Sasuke. Now Naruto and Sasuke do decent distracting Haku one-on-one while he is outside of the crystal mirror shit, whatever that was. But then both of them are caught inside of the mirror technique that Haku uses, and that's bad for them. Both of them are very confused as to what they should be doing. Now Sasuke can kind of see Haku's movement with the help of his Sharingan. Naruto can kind of sense where he might be, genuinely trying to feel out a pattern in Haku's movements. Now Haku starts launching the Senbone at Naruto and Sasuke, both of them getting horribly injured, with Sasuke collapsing from the Senbone. Obviously he does risk his life for Naruto again, but this time out of more genuine compassion for him, because they both have trained together for a few years, and they're like brothers to one another. At which point Naruto loses control of the QB, utterly destroys Haku, and now he does manage to calm himself down after seeing who Haku actually was and realizing that he was the person that Naruto spent a decent amount of, spent a few good moments with. Haku at this point jumps in front of Kakashi, getting a fucking chidori to the heart as Kakashi loves doing. Zabuza injured a bit more and all that shit. Gato comes on the bridge, and Naruto, after seeing Gato disrespect Haku's body, immediately loses his control, punches Gato in the face, landing him about 15 feet away from Haku's corpse. This sudden anger from Naruto towards Gato for disrespecting Haku brings a bit of a fire inside of Zabuza, I suppose, and he demands for a kunai to be handed to him, at which point he jumps into battle, fiercely killing many people and eventually dying himself, to his injuries alongside Haku while it snows, and it's a beautiful fucking thing, whatever. Now, this little demonstration right here does put this little thought into Naruto's head about ninja, the ninja way, and what a ninja has to do for the village. Now, even though Haku and Zabuza didn't really hail to any village anymore, he could see why they did what they did, because both of them were outcasts from their villages. Now Naruto, is essentially sympathizing with that situation and all that shit. I'm setting up the way Naruto abandons the village, essentially. After the whole mission is completed, Kakashi was injured, Sasuke was injured. The little rampage that Naruto went on when he lost control for a few seconds managed to injure both of them a bit. And Sakura saw that and she was a bit afraid as well. Obviously they had to report it all, and Sakura couldn't keep a fucking trap shut, so she also reported Naruto losing control. Kakashi obviously didn't want to report that little incident to the Hokage, rather the elders, because he knows the elders are after Naruto. Like, they really want him gone. And with that little incident, they did get a reason to. They simply painted it as Naruto is too unstable to be inside the village. He could kill any one of them. In his very first mission outside of the village, he almost killed his entire team. We cannot accept such a rash student in the village anymore. The third Hokage obviously protested this a lot, saying that this is a dumb fucking thing to do, you should really not do it. Danzo, seeing this as an opportunity to actually acquire Naruto as a specimen, allows this to happen, and even supports the elders' decision to kick Naruto out of the village. Would they have done it? I'm sure they would have. Kinda, I don't know, the elders are dumb as fuck in the Naruto universe, so maybe they would have. Obviously there's no Jiraiya or Tsunade in the village, so they would not be able to protest this, and the third Hokage alone won't be able to go against the elders. The elders managed to kick Naruto out of the village. This little, declaration, I suppose, really pisses off Sasuke, Shikamaru, Choji, a few of the instructors such as Iruka, Kakashi, not Sakura much, but, a few other students that Naruto was really close with, including Konohamaru as well, because he's a nice brat. Now, they all really protested this, but what are the voices of a few students and a few teachers against the elders in the political landscape of the entire Narutoverse? Naruto is then forced to leave the village, at which point the headband that was on Naruto's head gets slashed by Danzo, because Danzo's a prick, and obviously to show that Naruto is no longer a member of the Hidden Leaf. Would they not have just taken away the headband? Maybe, but this feels more dramatic and shit. Naruto obviously very angry at this whole thing, him just trying to be accepted in the village, trying his best to save his teammates, and getting kicked out of the village for it, is angry and just storms out of the village, packs a few of his things, whatever things he had, and leaves the village, gets ready to leave the village. On his way out of the village, Naruto can clearly hear people celebrating, being happy, and gossiping that finally the monster brat is leaving. Naruto is even more angered by this and very saddened. He actually just wants to break down right where he stands and cry as much as he can, but he is not gonna show any weakness to these people who care not for him. At the doorstep, at the doorway to the village, I suppose, Naruto sees Kakashi, Sasuke, Shikamaru, Choji, and who else would there be? Well, nobody else. Actually, those are the only people there. Well, not even Kakashi, actually. Kakashi is just in a tree somewhere outside the village, waiting for Naruto to leave. Now, Sasuke, Shikamaru, and Choji are obviously like, Naruto, you don't actually have to leave. Like, we could probably find a way to make this all work. And Naruto, seeing his friends actually wanting to keep him in the village, is a bit happy by this, because he sees there are at least a few people that care for him inside of this godforsaken land. Naruto just simply smiles at them and says, hey, it's no need to worry, guys. I suppose it's just how things had to be. Don't worry, I'll just be around, If you guys are ever outside the village, maybe you guys could see me somewhere. I'll never truly leave. I'll be around. Naruto can feel his tears welling up, and well, the boys just have a little hug session, and Naruto does end up crying, saying he does not actually want to leave the village. Even though everybody treats him like shit, it's still his home. But he does have to leave because he is kind of being watched by some people in the back. Naruto then says his final farewells to the people and leaves the village. Sasuke, Shikamaru, Choji obviously saddened by this even more. Sasuke is going to be training harder for this because he just lost his best friend from the village, his teammate, his brother almost, and he's very, very sad about this. And seeing Naruto go actually awakens his 3-tomoe Sharingan in both eyes. Now Kakashi is right outside the village in a tree along the route where Naruto would leave from, because that's the safest route outside the village. Kakashi jumps down from the tree in front of Naruto and simply says his goodbyes, starting with, "Naruto, I suppose I'm sorry. You are having to pay the price for something that I couldn't do. I couldn't protect you and Sasuke, and Sakura, I suppose, and now you are having to leave the village for this. Trust me, Naruto, I never thought it would end like this." And Naruto, obviously understanding it was not Kakashi's fault, and knowing that Kakashi actually fought to have Naruto in the village, just simply says, "It's okay, Sensei. I'll find a way to make this work. How hard can it be, I've already been living a miserable life. If I'm being honest, this might actually be better. I can just roam wherever I want, and do whatever I want to do, It's gonna be fine. I just wish things could have been different, Now, this whole business does remind Kakashi of Kushina, and it does get him a bit sad because he couldn't protect his mentor's child and all that jazz. Kakashi is obviously going to be keeping an eye on Naruto from time to time, but he does say his final farewell and lets Naruto leave. About a few hours away from the village, there are a few members from the Root organization that are trying to kidnap Naruto now. All of them are preparing an ambush for Naruto, but suddenly they all start losing communications with one another. There were about 5 members that Danzo sent to capture Naruto and bring him towards his secret base, I suppose. But one after the other, each one of them ended up dead. What happened? Well, it was simple. Kakashi was going to keep an eye on Naruto, at least try to make sure he's safe, and he knew there was some shit going on considering how badly Danzo wanted Naruto outside of the village. He figured Danzo was planning something because he was in the Anbu and he knows Danzo well. He knows that Danzo had probably schemed something and made a plan to capture Naruto and the Nine Tails. So he followed Naruto until he knew he was safe. He saw a trap being placed for Naruto and he killed all 5 Root members without anyone finding out, and simply became a shadow in the wind again. He actually sent a message for Jiraiya through his summonings, hoping to find him, and the dogs would obviously find him, telling him of the situation that has occurred inside of the village, and Jiraiya would rush back as well. But for now, that is where we're going to be leaving this. Naruto has finally left the village. Everything happened as it did in the original, kind of. Actually, nothing happened as it did in the original. Naruto and Sasuke are friends. Sasuke is not as bad as he was, but now losing his anchor, who knows what might happen. I love the word anchor in this one, I don't know why. Naruto has left the village. Let's see what happens in the next one. If you guys have some suggestions on where this story could go, definitely leave them down in the comments below. And if you want to see another episode, like, comment, I don't know. If I get let's see, if I get 100 views on this, I'll upload part 2 in about 3 days. See you guys later. Peace out.